Today's the big day, 16th of December, first pop-up office in Bondi Junction. Time to get dressed, get in the fit. I'll see you guys in a sec. Here's the fit. Got the tie, got the shirt, got the pin, got my nice pants. I'm ready. Bondi Junction, here I come.
I'm the MP of Wentworth. By doing that, I can promote hearing changes, I can make mental health more aware in Australia, and just overall create a better economy for Australia. That's morning, man. It's not morning anymore, it is afternoon.
It is afternoon. That is a good point.
Geopolitical state of the world.
Who are you voting for?
Who are you voting for next year, actually?
Honestly, because I care about the future
That says pushing
and
Australia.
my community,
Do you want to push Australia into the future?
I think I'm gonna vote.
Really? I really appreciate that.
What if I told you that this guy right here was my vote?
Wow.
That concludes pop-up office number 1 in Bondi Junction. Now, of course, I'll be going back to Bondi Junction more in the future, but let's just say for now, it's done and dusted. Now, the big question is, how did the pop-up office go? Well, I honestly think it went really well. Let me explain. So when I set up my little table and my sandwich board, I stood there and kind of thought for a second, what now? Do I just stand here and wait for people to come to me, or do I go up to people? I decided being a very unknown politician, the best option for me was probably to approach people and introduce myself. So I started walking up to everyone and, just saying hello and how are you? Something basic, but almost every time I said that, people would just say no, or I'm not interested, and continue to walk away. Or even they would start speeding up and looking away from me, which is kind of crazy. So clearly I was doing something wrong, and my volunteers who are also trying to approach people experienced the same thing. Also, quick shout out to Nathan, Natalia, Kira, and Christian for helping out with the pop-up office. You guys were a huge help, and I don't think I could have done any of this without you. So thank you, honestly. Anyway, I knew most people probably thought I was trying to sell them something, so they were trying to ignore me because people don't like being sold stuff, which is, fair enough. So I had to change my approach. Now, the pop-up office went for about 2.5 hours, and during this time, we made a lot of changes to how we did things. I started just by saying hello and complimenting people. Then I started, asking people what they thought were the biggest issues in Wentworth, but these didn't really work too well. The one that worked the best, actually, was asking people who they were going to vote for next year, in a kind of joking, friendly way. We were trying to come across as very friendly and approachable, and apparently asking that works really well. So for future pop-up offices, especially the one this Thursday, we'll be using that strategy. Now, of course, being the first pop-up office, it was going to be very, very rough. We didn't know what to expect, but as we go to more and more suburbs, we're going to get more comfortable with what we have to do, and we'll naturally get better at it. Despite this, though, we did actually have some good conversations with some young and old people, and they gave me and my volunteers some great insights into the issues and even some of the cracks in my campaign and policies. Now, I know I don't know everything, so I honestly love when people show me something I didn't know or that I'm doing wrong, so I could fix it up and continue. If those people are actually watching this video, thank you so much for stopping by and telling me. It's honestly a huge help. Now, this pop-up office was definitely without its complications. For starters, my cool Michael Richmond campaign shirts haven't actually arrived yet, so there were no shirts to give out on the table. So I had to make these custom transfer paper shirts for my volunteers, which was fun, but definitely not as high quality as my official ones. Second was the table. There was literally nothing on the table except for that little piece of paper telling people to scan the QR code. So one of my volunteers actually suggested some things I could do to fill up the table. She said maybe create some cards or some leaflets, just anything to really fill up the table, which is true. I think I might actually be making some Michael Richmond hats in the future, so stay tuned for that. Now yes, while there were a bunch of issues with the pop-up offices and approaching didn't quite work perfectly, I do think Bondi Junction was a big success. Why? Well, the sandwich board was literally carrying my campaign. In those 2.5 hours, I had a bunch of people literally stand in front of the sandwich board and read every single word on it, which I thought was crazy. Honestly, if in that 2.5 hours I did nothing and people were just reading the sandwich board, then that's a win. Because now people are slowly starting to recognize and realize that there is another candidate running in the area, which is just what I want. Okay, I want people to start seeing Michael Richmond and associating that with my face. Now, another really great thing was that one of you guys actually rocked up. Mr. Headphone Guy, big shout out to you. Came by, said hello. So I just want to say a huge thanks to him for coming by, meeting the team, and meeting me in person. So, you guys are always welcome to come to any of these events. Now, the next pop-up office is in Bellevue Hills, so we'll see how that goes. And don't worry, I'll most likely be making another video on that pop-up office and all the other pop-up offices in the future. So you'll see my slow progression as a politician and getting better at conducting these things. Now, another big thing is my social medias. As the campaign continues, I'll be streaming more and more. I'm hoping to aim for 3 or 4 streams a week. I'll have all the dates and times of my streams on my website at michaelrichmond.com.au/events, as well as in my Discord, which you can find in the description below. Now, one volunteer, Natalia, offered to actually run my Instagram and TikTok social media accounts, which is fantastic. So now that I've got somebody on that actually takes a lot of pressure off me, as I obviously have to do a lot of things as the main man. Of course, I got to make videos and write scripts for them, so I'm still working on the Instagrams and TikToks myself, but it's good to know that Natalia is managing everything and telling me the stats as it progresses. Now, finally, I like to say that if you guys disagree with any of my policies or think I should be doing something better in these pop-up offices, I'd love to hear it in the comments below. I literally reply to every single comment, so don't worry, I will read it, and I take in everything. Thank you for watching this video. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe. And I'll see all of you in the next video. Take care.